Ali, I know you kept an eye on this game, which had pretty much everything, but it had the good and the bad of Liverpool.
And the good and the bad of Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
I think is when you watch Liverpool and you watch this player, you live with the shortcomings of what he does or doesn't do defensively because of the things that he can give you offensively. The little passes around the corner, the little chips over the top, the goals, the quality of the finishes, and the fact that he gives his team an outlet through the midfield, a credible outlet through the midfield because he has that range of passing. But with that said, there's also difficulties with Alexander-Arnold. In the third goal by Fulham, Tom Kearney, who had just come off the bench, he is side by side with Alexander-Arnold when Kearney drops the ball off. Kearney makes a run into the 18-yard box. Alexander-Arnold is not concerned whatsoever in chasing this run. Pulls out Konate. Eventually, Kearney puts the ball into the back post, and they get a goal at the back post with a header. And you forget all of that, and you put it aside because he's able to give you the game-winning goal. But this is what Liverpool is. They give you a lot offensively, but they give you a lot defensively as well in regards to conceding goals, conceding opportunities. They're exciting to watch, just like Spurs. A lot more quality, I think, overall than Spurs, but it's the same type of team, and it's the same type of team that is going to have to outscore teams in order to win matches.
You know what? I'm afraid I have to disagree with Ali Moreno. The reason why I'm disagreeing, it's not because I'm not believing in what he's saying. I'm saying that if you are going to say that Trent Alexander-Arnold was the reason why Liverpool went backwards in terms of how the game went in, Trent Alexander-Arnold was no longer even playing at right back. He was playing as a DM alongside Gravenberch. Joe Gomez was the guy who was marking the guy who was on the wing. So I don't believe that we just have to throw shades and say that it was Trent Alexander-Arnold who did this. He was moving, pushing, trying to help out Gomez because he had other positions he needed to cover. People have to understand this. Remember, McAllister had been taken out for Joe Gomez, and Joe Gomez came in to play in that position where Trent Alexander-Arnold was playing, and Trent Alexander-Arnold moved into the midfield position. So I don't get it. I don't really get what's being said here because things have to really make sense. I will find out what will happen here because situations has to be different. But one thing I have to agree, we saw the worst and the best of Liverpool in the same game. All the goals that were scored were all world class, but we also cannot hide away from some of the goals that went in. I think our second goalkeeper had one of the worst performances in the Premier League. The amount of goals he let in, in this game were unacceptable, to be honest. They were unbelievably unacceptable. You are a keeper. You have to do better in some of these decisions, some of these situations. And this guy let them in. It was embarrassing to watch. So there's going to be more to do. So let's hear what Craig wants to say in terms of what happened in this Liverpool game. But you're always going to get the worst of Liverpool and the best. And to be honest, in the past two games, as much as there's going to be shares as well on him, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been the best player for Liverpool in terms of going forward.
No, I opted for the Chelsea-Brighton game, which we're going to get to, because I thought this game was going to be
Walk in the park.
a foregone conclusion, or if there ever is one. We have a Fulham team that they're certainly a little better now, they're picking up a little bit of steam, but they've had a tough start to the season. Away from home, they've got a total of 6 points. One of the worst teams in the Premier League, in the bottom half in terms of their away record. I think they've only scored 6 or 7 goals on the travels, and they get 3 of them today at Anfield. And as Ali said, I think that is part of a big issue for Liverpool in terms of the title challenge. They can't keep coming back with these great goals, particularly against the weaker teams. And it's one of the reasons that I think come the end of the shakedown that it's going to be Arsenal as Man City's biggest challengers, the team at the top of the league at the moment. If all things been equal and they can keep Gabriel Jesus fit, I think they're a lot more solid. And yeah, Liverpool are going to be exciting. We're going to see a lot of these kind of games. It's open and it's fast. But defensively, I just think there's just still so many questions. And when Fulham can go there and score 3 goals at Anfield with their struggles this year, that's a concern for me if I was Jurgen Klopp, a big concern.
And if you're going to outscore teams, you're going to have your center forward scoring the tap-ins.
Yeah, Nunez, of
And
course,
once again,
hit the post, didn't he, or hit the bar, and
Yes.
then obviously the late chance he had as well.
I cannot question the work rate. I cannot question the attitude of Darwin Nunez. This guy is willing to run all day, every day for you, and you love him as a teammate when he's able to do that for you. But he's also the center forward, the center striker for Liverpool. And so when he has tap-ins, he has to put those in the back of the net, particularly and especially when this is a team that we just mentioned, well documented, they don't defend all that well. So you're going to need to score goals. Darwin Nunez has to be scoring the
It's really, really crazy how it's easy for just maybe only one game and people are already writing up a team saying that they will not really make it. Of course, best defense always win titles, but also best strike force. If you have a strike force that scores, you will see that you will get more, you score more goals, you outscore teams even though sometimes you don't deserve to, which in this case we are seeing that Liverpool are trying to, even though that there are some situations back at the defense, they all needs to be sorted. And I'm believing that if in January Liverpool signs maybe a defender and a midfield, those two people can help this team to actually be there. Now Craig is saying that he sees that Liverpool might not even go far. The reason they might not go far is because they have a weak defense and they're allowing Fulham, a team with so many struggles, to keep scoring goals. Like I'm saying, today's goals, if you watch the game, they are all onto the keeper. If Alisson was in this game, those goals would not have gone in. I'm 100% honest and I'm telling you, those goals will not have gone in. But because we didn't have our main goalkeeper and the second goalkeeper, maybe it was fear, decision-making process was taking low, you could see the mistakes. But all those things can change. Anyway, let's see what happens. Darwin Nunez missing. Unbelievable. I think they are really gonna cost Liverpool in the long term. That has to change. You can't question this guy in what he does, but the misses, man, are just too much. Anyway, I'm hoping he develops and becomes better.